Free Methodist Missions Philippines presents Mobilization Monday. Every Monday, join us as we ignite your passion for missions, share inspiring stories, and equip you to make an impact for God's kingdom right where you are. Welcome to another episode of Mobilization Monday, your go-to podcast for mission, ministry, and mobilization under Free Methodist Missions Philippines. Once again, I am Clyde, serving as the National Director of Free Methodist Missions Philippines and your host for these podcasts. We have a very special episode in honor of the National Women's Month. We are privileged to be joined by Mrs. Ammabellee Bacus, my dear predecessor of FMMP and now the National President of Free Women Philippines. Hello, Auntie Neng. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Clyde. It's a joy to be here and to share about what God is doing through Free Women Philippines. Hello to the fully restored, equipped, and empowered women in FMC Philippines. Happy Women's Month celebration!
Happy Women's Month celebration, our dear FWP. Okay, so maybe Ate, this is for the information of everybody. Free Women Philippines has its old name, which is WMI, or Women Ministries International. Can you journey us back, Ate, on this transition and share briefly the history of the present name?
Okay, first and foremost, let me introduce my teammates, the national officers and the progress team coordinators, the judiciaries and quiz masters, the beautiful, empowered women leaders. So, thank you for this opportunity, Clyde, that I can share. On October 16, 2018, during the leadership of former President Josie Castillo, the Women's Ministry International Special Projects Coordinator, together with the Executive Board, led by the Executive President, Alma Jasinski, wrote a letter addressed to the area directors, CC to Bishop Alan Bacus, and President Josie Castillo. Here is the letter, and I would like to highlight this portion. It is with a heavy heart, however, that WMI will be dissolving the ministry December 31, 2018, due to a declining membership and financial base. Our struggles financially indicate that this is a time when others must shine in championing women. February 27 to 28, 2019, the ad hoc committee, which is composed of Reverend Feby Curada, Reverend Norma Abrao, and President Josie Castillo, convened at Bangkasi Campground, Butuan City. They have revisited the Constitution and bylaws, made amendments, particularly the change of name, vision, and mission, the organizational structure with progress, and the increase of annual dues. Those were the amendments. So March 1, 2019 was the first BOA meeting for the year 2019, and Ma'am Josie gave updates from the international WMI president and presented the amended CBL to the BOA, including the change of name. There was even a delay of the ratification of those amendments due to the pandemic. So, last July 19, 2023, second day of the National Convergence in Bohol, President Josie Castillo presented the amended CBL, highlighting the change of name and structure to the 235 registered women. And when it was time for them to respond, then they have unanimously adopted the amended CBL, and finally, it was ratified. Therefore, Free Women Philippines as a name of our women's organization in PGC FMC is now official. So that's it, Clyde.
Wow, thank you for sharing, Ate. That's quite very comprehensive. And that is to emphasize that FWP is now the official name of the women's organization in the PGC FMC. Before we dive into the present and the future, how about let's take a moment to celebrate the victories of the past year. Ate Neng, can you share some key accomplishments of the Free Women Philippines in 2024?
Well, I was elected July of 2023, but my predecessor, Ma'am Josie Castillo, handed over to me the key of responsibility on January 26, 2024. After that was the crafting of strategic development plan for 4 years from 2024 to 2027. In March 2024, the entire Free Women Philippines have joined the Women's Month celebration with emphasis on the theme, Together as One, We Move. So the National Parish Revival team have pushed the information dissemination reminding all women of the Constitution and bylaws with the new structure of the organization that progress must be used and have shared the significance of articulating the vision and mission of Free Women Philippines that says every woman experiencing free life, or shall we put it this way, every woman must be fully restored, equipped, and empowered, living in friendship that evangelizes. So each conference did a good job in holding women's assembly and pooling their resources together, went through a creative program, and have been inspired by testimonies and messages. Another was the program of outreach growth team, which is mission awareness of all women all over PGC, and that was entitled Cognizance. I remember you, Clyde, talking about biblical basis of mission. Mom Norma shared about history of Free Methodist missions, and I focused on how will women in PGC get involved in missions. And by the way, FYI, 50% of the annual due of each woman goes to missions, particularly Free Methodist Missions Philippines. So hello to all women watching. Hatag na mo og 80 pesos because the 40 pesos of that goes to missions. One woman even said after that, now I understand my role. I can't go there in the field anymore because of my age, but I can participate in missions by being a sender. Praise God. She is consistently sending support to the three regions, to Ilocos, Bicol, and Zamboanga Peninsula. Our women have also participated in Missions Month celebration too. I would also wanted to share that initiative of NMC women of going to the Mamanwa tribe in Surigao del Norte and the Monobo tribe in Hingoog City to do community outreach. Those were really amazing. Thank you very much. Of course, the very important mobilization of women led by the social services team was the launching of Stations of Generosity, attended by participants from the different conferences, facilitated by Ms. Cho, Ms. Precious, and Pastor Rene Bisande, followed by the rollout of SOG to the different conferences. So far, there are already 6 conferences that have rolled out, so the 6 are still preparing for the rollout this year. By the way, each conference have also the liberty to do their own activities. So, yun, they conducted women's camp, fellowships, and other initiatives locally. And lastly, in 2024, we were also able to partner with WOW, or Web of Asian Women, by attending with their online gatherings and one event in AFMA in Hong Kong called Immerse. One woman leader was with me. She is actually the past president of WMI, Ma'am Heidi Mangadlao, who shared Free Women Philippines with fellow Asian women through that WOW gathering.
Wow, that's truly inspiring, Ate. I could still remember, but um, I think speaking during your national equipping for your outreach growth program, indeed, it was a blessing for me to serve that. Also, I want to highlight on what you mentioned that FMMP is one, if not the only, one of the beneficiary of your annual meeting. So, dagang salamat FWP for your generosity as well. It's very good to see women taking the lead in ministry and mission. It's very powerful to hear the testimony on how God is using his daughters for his kingdom work. Now, Ate, that we're in 2025, can you share to us what are the priorities and goals for Free Women Philippines this year? Or maybe perhaps are there any new initiatives, as you are always consistent with this, creating new initiatives or projects that we can be excited about?
Yeah, 2025 is really exciting. So, yeah, in 2025, there are still programs that are yet to accomplish, like SOG to be rolled out to the 6 conferences. And we desire to have a database. that's very hard. But laban gihapon mga inahan. This is for all members of Free Women Philippines. So we need roster of women with their data. So Parish Revival also have set the Women's Month celebration PGCY this March. So with some exciting activities based on the theme together, let's accelerate action towards women empowerment. And they said they have to push the discipleship training in the last quarter of this year. So OG will have evangelism training in August. That is a basic training for course for women leaders on how to share the gospel in a more intentional and creative way so we can influence more women for Jesus. RE would want to increase our financial contribution in missions. That's why we need to level up in our collection policy of annual dues. And we desire to conduct activities to augment the income of Free Women Philippines so as to support more ministries for kingdom expansion and leadership development. Looking forward for a counterpart of Bahagi in FMMP before, we desire to have Pakikiisa, a Free Women synchronized dinner for a cause coming up on June 1, 2025. So, yan, aabangan din natin ang proposed program ng social services called WAYAP or Women's Educational Assistance Program. This has been done and ongoing in CNM, but we would want to expand it PGC-wide. So, that's it for 2025.
Wow, you guys are on fire. It sounds like 2025 is going to be an exciting year, not only for the Free Women Philippines, but for the whole PGC. Ate, how can churches and individuals support these initiatives?
Churches and individuals can support these initiatives by empowering their women leaders to rise up, use their God-given potentials, and take the lead. If there are activities to be conducted, the church leaders have to release blessings, like allowing the church facilities to be used. If women need manpower, they can ask from the MMI and the young people. If they have merchandise, then members will support by buying items or by buying tickets that would be distributed to them. I remember in 2021 National Free Women Philippines Camp, while women are busy listening to the lectures and participating to the activities, the men together with the church pastor were preparing meals for them in the kitchen. So just like that, we need all of those.
March is the National Women's Month, and it's time to recognize the vital role women play in society and in the church. Actually, I saw in the news posted by the Philippine Commission of Women this year's celebration. It says, babae sa lahat ng sektor, aangat ang bukas sa bagong Pilipinas. This reinforces the core objective of RA 9710 or the Magna Carta of Women to empower women, promote gender equality, and ensure equitable access to resources and opportunities. Ateneng, from your perspective, how can women, like Free Methodist Women or the Free Women Philippines, actively engage in God's mission?
Well, I'm glad I am a Free Methodist, where women have been given the opportunity to work alongside with men in the ministry. I want to highlight Ellen Stowe Roberts, the wife of Free Methodist founder B.D. Roberts, was the one in charge of mission in their time. Free Methodist Women's Organization was established and called as Women's Missionary Society. So our women ancestors in the Free Methodist family were very missional. Kaya let's make them our inspiration. If Free Women Philippines will all be mobilized in missions, they will surely understand and embrace their role to actively engage in missions. And the more workers, the better. Well, by going to the mission field, like in my case, but there are other opportunities to participate in what God is doing to advance His kingdom. And that is to become a sender, the one that supports financially with much prayers for their missionaries, or being a welcomer. If you knew there are foreigners or migrants or visitors in your place, then you can practice hospitality. In that way, you are already sharing the love of God. By the way, sometimes you don't need to go far so you can minister. Actually, you can share the gospel to the people close to you, like your families, neighbors, office mates, your students, if you're a teacher, or your friends. In the marketplace or in the social media world, you can reach out to people as far and fast as you can by posting on social media or by sending your devos to a friend. As the song goes, across the street or around the world, the mission still the same. I learned this during the pandemic and I have to share it to you. This is a verse that my husband modified. Instead of how beautiful on the mountains are the feet of those who bring good news, in this digital era, it could be how beautiful are the fingers that types and sends messages of the good news.
Wow, that's so empowering. Well, Ate, for any woman listening right now who feels called to serve but does not know where to start, what words of encouragement will you share with her or them?
Okay, so I've already said many practical things. Like I would say, my dear women, get involved in the progress team in your local churches, districts, and conferences. Use the gifts that God has given you. Like if your gift is singing, get involved in praise and worship leading. If your heart is to reach out to others, then share Jesus and mobilize other women to share Jesus. If you are good in figures or financial management, join the RE team. And those nurses, doctors, and social workers, join the social services team. And I would like to add that every woman must have a progressive lifestyle, like always think and act in progress, in view of eternity, that everything be done in love. Get out of your comfort zone, be intentional. Remember, one good action is better than 1,000 good intentions. Tell God, Hinene, here I am, Lord. Send me, use me.
Wow, this has been an incredibly enriching conversation, Atene. Personally, to me, my heart is so warm, no? And thank you, Ate, for sharing your heart and your mission with us. Would you like to share your any final words to our listeners and viewers?
I believe all conferences of Free Women Philippines are watching right now because we consider this Mobilization Monday episode of FMMP our official opening of Women's Month celebration. Thank you for watching and listening to this conversation. To all our viewers, know that Free Women Philippines have been sincerely serving in alignment with the vision of PGC FMC, taking into consideration the theme of this year, which is One Vision, One Mission, Tinguha 2026. But we cannot do it by ourselves. We need to partner with different organizations, churches, and individuals. Please pray for us in the leadership as we continue to carry out the plans being set with God as our true director. And to my fellow women and Free Women Philippines, to be fully restored, equipped, and empowered women, let us be like Mary. When she was given one of the heaviest responsibilities to carry, her response was, "Be it unto me according to your word." Total submission to the will of our Father, and expect for breakthroughs after breakthroughs in Free Women Philippines. Happy Women's Month celebration! Arangkada mga nanay!
To all our listeners, if you want to follow Free Methodist Women Philippines, don't forget to follow them on the Facebook page posted on the screen. Also, stay connected with Mobilization Monday for more stories and inspiration. Don't forget to share this episode, follow our Facebook page, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this is Clyde, reminding all of you that we are called to be on mission with God regardless of genders. Para sa lahat ng mga kababaihan, isang malaking pagpupugay sa inyong lahat. See you next time.